Good evening, friends. It's another bit late of a start. Oh well, these things happen. Sometimes needs must. Regardless, let's play some Monster Train 2. We're continuing on with Hat Trick Challenge. No surprise, that's what we're going to be doing for a while. Yesterday we finished off Queen, which had its ups and downs. Like, we didn't lose, but it definitely got a bit dodgy at times. And then we started in on Gilda, which we did Bloat Matron with a Life Mother Pyre. And now we have to do the other two. So we still have to do Lady Avarice and Guild Mother. Should do Hellhorn tonight to fit the follower number. It's been hovering at 666 for a while. But anyways, here we go. Let's just get into it and see what happens. So we are stuck with this clan combo, which is fine. Primitive Mold is, you know, a great clan combo for Gilda. As a reminder, the cards that we've used. So we did use both Hothead and Paraffin Enforcer, which are both good units. Unfortunately, the Paraffin Enforcer basically was meaningless to our deck, but it was there, so I can't use it anymore. The Follower is not a big loss. It's an event I skip most of the time, and it did some really good work for us. Hothead was sort of important to us. It fell off in usefulness later, but it was still good. And then the Entombed Explosive is not a big loss. Lava Flow, don't mind. Soldier of Fortune is a little bit of a loss. Dripfall's a big loss. Sacrificial Chamber and Mind Cage are... I mean, Mind Cage is important. The others are not too bad. Anyways, so that said, the main question now is, which Pyre do we want to start with? We still have to do Guild Mother, which is the one where she gets large and gets us free Horde, more or less. And then Lady Avarice. I think for at least one of these, we want Fira's Greed. So I think we take that now, and maybe Bogworms again for the other, or Herzl's Horde. Both of those are pretty solid. But I think we'll take Fira's. I do feel a little bad that I'm picking largely the same couple. Like, I haven't picked Aquats, and it's unlikely that I really ever want to take Aquats. And we haven't done Heart of the Pact or Time Father. I don't feel bad about not taking Malika or Pyre of Entropy, but regardless, we'll take Fira's Greed for now. We'll see what we get. Okay. So we do have an Entombed Explosive. Again, that just means that I can't draft it. It is what it is if we start with it. I'm not just going to keep re-rolling until it doesn't show. Okay. So, since we already done Bloat Matron, we have to take Guild Mother here. Which is okay. I was hoping for Avarice, but that's fine. Yeah, we almost certainly want Spirit Breaker's Charge. Wanderer's Talisman is nice early on. Though Gilda would never benefit from it because she spawns the egg. And so unless I, like, kill my own egg somehow, like, she'd never get any benefit out of it. And we are up against Dominion. Okay, good things to know. Regardless, Spirit Breaker's Charge is good. It's a bit of a shame that we already used up Hothead, because that is, like, the premier user of Spirit Breaker's Charge. And unfortunately, I can't do that, but that's fine. The Whelps still do help with that. So, we'll see what we do. And the Whelps do work pretty nicely with the Wickless Baron. Because now we'll get both a Harvest from the Whelp dying, and we get the Spirit Breaker's Charge bonus as well. Oh, I should have played out the Spear Steward, I think. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're actually doing this slightly differently. Because if I play you first... Also, I did already forget that I have less Ember per turn. But anyway, doing this means that he now gets the bonus too. And it just seemed useful to set that up immediately. Yeah, I think what we're doing is we're just exploding you, and then we'll play that. I'll take the damage on the Pyre, that's fine. Because it does just get me gold for Fira's. And our dude keeps stacking up, which is great. Yeah, that's fine. I kind of wanted the Whelp, but it doesn't really matter so long as he doesn't die to the explosion. Not to the explosion, the spikes. Either way, we're in great shape. The Baron doing good work for us. Spirit Breaker's Charge already doing a lot of work for us. Happy to take the damage. It just is free gold. Who am I to turn down free gold? Okay. So, I can take any of these because I haven't drafted any. I just realized that I spelled Entombed Explosive incorrectly. Unless I'm crazy. Yeah. I knew something about it didn't look right, and I kept looking back at it, and turns out it's pretty clearly just not spelled correctly. There we go. Anyways, so I don't think I want any of these. The Flicker is obviously not bad, but I don't think I want it. I think we're just skipping those. Molten Encasement is good. I can't take the Dripfall, can't take another Entombed Explosive, which is fine. I don't want more Entombed Explosive. But do I want the Molten Encasement? I don't think I super need it. I would like some way to better deal with Dominion Seraph. Also, like, if I could draft the Dripfall, happily would take the Dripfall. It would also be really nice into Archeon here. But I think we're just not gonna take that. I mean, I could take it. It's just that I think with the Barons and with us, like, reforming the Whelps, I think we'll be okay without it. But maybe I should still take it anyways. I'm just a little worried of removing another defensive tool from the pool. I'm trying to think of, like, what else is remaining in the next run. We'll skip it. It might be wrong to do so. And I think we saved this. Sadly, I was hoping to get, like, more Horde things so that we could augment Gilda's whole deal. But we didn't, and that's fine. Yeah, pretty confident we want to go here looking for Multi-Strike or Smidgestone, maybe even Titanite. Smidgestone I'll take. Perfect. Beautiful. Would love the Endless as well. But hey, do I want another Baron? In the long run, I definitely do. But I don't get to dupe until here. So, yeah, I'll just take another Baron right now. That's fine. Draw -1 is fine, I guess. And I guess we set up on bottom floor still. Oh, I probably should reverse you. Well, I think we'll be okay either way. Alright, well, can't use the fireball, but that's fine. We take a tiny bit of damage, we get the kill. We're already off to a great start. I guess we'll play that out just to get it out. Yeah, the Barons are doing real good work for us. Turns out the Barons plus Whelps is a potent combo for us. Particularly, again, because I'm essentially getting plus 10, plus 5 every time I use the Whelps, which is a lot. Are you actually getting more than that? Why would you be getting more than that? Oh, it's because I'm killing other enemies. That's why it looks weird to me. Anyways, he's dead. Yada, yada, yada. Here we are. Nice bit of cheat rolling into Explosive Tomb. Again, I do feel bad whenever things show up in that, but it is what it is. I'll be honest, I kind of want to take the Snotty Whelp. I'm pretty sure what we want to do, though, is we want to take the Golden Touch. Just because augmenting our horde generation seems nice. It also seems maybe unnecessary. But it is kind of cute. I do kind of want the Snotty Whelp, just for, like, the Spirit Breaker's charge. But I think we skip that. It is kind of cute, though, to, like, put Endless on it, and then just, like, let enemies bash into it. Like, I don't hate that. That is not the button I meant to press. That is the one I wanted. So, we do have Merchant of Magic and Merchant of Arms. It might be worth going to Merchant of Arms right now, just looking for, like, Zone of Silence or Inferno Room. Preferably Zone of Silence, just so I can dodge, like, Corruption and all that. Although I have, like, other ways around that, too, more or less. I do think we're definitely going to go here and dupe the Baron. Probably dupe a Baron again up here. It's unfortunately much later than I want, but that's still good. So I'm probably going for the Merchant of Magic right now. Do I care about the Golden Touch? I'm just going to skip it. I do like it, but we'll skip. I unfortunately can't take the Dripfall. Don't want the Draft. Don't want the Whiplash. Here we are. I will loot this. I think. It's either that or I wait and I can get a real artifact. How much do I care about that? Draft slander feels bad, man. Well, they are unfortunately not that appealing right now. Actually, might want to just wait one more time. And then after beating Archeon, she'll upgrade, and then we start getting 4 per battle. I think it's 4 per battle. Maybe it's 3 per battle, actually. I think it's 2, 4, 6 is how it goes. I will actually save this for the moment. Even though I pretty commonly do it at 2, not 2, at 4. I'm gonna go here, I think. I mean, like, doing Spell Chain and or, like, Hold Over in the Permanent Mold is pretty good. Even, like, upgrading the Pyreballism, maybe. But I think I'm gonna do this. Can't take Mind Cage. Steward's Quarter's not bad. Also not bad to leave for later, though. Bosses start with Mute. I don't have Consume cards. And I don't really need that. I'm pretty okay with just muting bosses. It'll slow down the Titan fight. Oh well, so be it. Do I want Steward's Quarters? Kind of. I don't think I need it, though. Weapons cache is cute. I think we're taking Hall of Mirrors, though. Because I don't have enough gold. Fuck. Yeah, I have to wait till here to make it work. Alright. We're doing it nonetheless, though. Alright, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we are gonna greed. Because what we're going to do is we're gonna play you in front this time. We are gonna play that, and we are not gonna play Gilda. No, I still have to play Gilda. I keep forgetting that she's 4 capacity. Or whatever. We're doing this. Sadly, I can't do what I want to do yet. Because what I want to do is I want to do Hall of Mirrors and Duke Gilda. And I can't really do that yet. So, here we are. But what I can do is just immediately explode a bunch of chumps and live a wonderful life. Oh yeah, and you're muted. Already forgot. How exciting. I guess I'll do it this way. It is silly that they do benefit from their own buff from the Spirit Breaker's charge, even though they're dying. I guess I'll just do that, and I'll do that. You'll take a little bit of damage this way, but I get more bonus out of sacrificing the guy myself. Again, I take a little bit of damage. That's not a big deal. Sadly, I don't have enough capacity to use the Hall of Mirrors here. It would be cute, because then I could be doing the Bloated Whelps. Like, every time I play them, I'd be getting 2 Bloated Whelps instead of 1, which would be fairly meaningful. But alas, so be it. And then, unsurprisingly, we largely just keep bringing back some whelps. Unfortunately, didn't get back the right thing there, but that's okay. Oh, and I could have blocked the pyro damage. I don't care. It's extra gold. Who cares? And then my Barons easily cleave through. Like, we're in good shape already. Obviously, like, we still want more help for later in the run, but, like, mostly we're pretty good. Foremost Child is bad. We're not going to worry about it. Intent on Death is a no. And Superheated is a no. I can't take Hothead. I'm not going to take Greed Dragon. Could take Guildmonger. It's honestly not the worst thing for me. Foremost Child gets slandered every time Sal sees it. That's because it's bad. And more to the point, it's not just bad, it doesn't do anything that the clan wants. Like, it's just a card that is both very clunky to use and not worth using. Like, it is one of those cards that fits into the perfect Venn diagram of deserves to be reworked. Like, Shadow Siege is in the same boat, where it is both an uninteresting unit and a bad unit. Perfect area to be reworked. It's really just, do I want to take a Guildmonger here? And the answer is a solid kind of. Fuck it. I'll take it. We're taking capacity because I have to take capacity for what I want. It's also pretty good for us in general, but I specifically have to take it for what I want. We're going to take the Shale Shell. I actually don't think I needed the Guildmonger now. There's a little reason for me not to take sketches. So I will take that. It sort of can cause problems for me, but for the most part, it's pretty good. Okay, so we're going here. I think, unless I like really just want to bet on seeing exciting things there. Which maybe I do. So it's really just, do I want to utilize Guildmonger or not? Which I really should have thought about this better. Yeah, because currently, I'm going to be gaining... Not quite yet, but basically, in a moment, I'm going to be gaining 8 Horde per battle. And then later, I'd be gaining 12 Horde per battle. So I don't actually really need to bring the Guildmonger online. So we're going to go here, especially in case the Horde extension is here. Attuned Whetstone is good. Obviously, it doesn't do anything for me yet, but... I'm going to go to the Merchant of Arms, so I guess I'm going to take it, maybe. The problem is, if I take that, I don't really have enough to re-roll. I think I'd just rather re-roll. Grand the Eternal is kind of cute. Event first. I mean, that's fair, I guess. Either way, we're taking Guildmother 2 no matter what. Yeah, we're gonna take Boiler Room on first floor. Don't hate that. Do I want Memorial Fund? I'd have to have a lot of things die to pay it off, but I think that we pay it off pretty quick. Crown is kind of nice. Yeah, that's the other one I'm considering. Or obviously we could just skip, but... Sparkflint Catalyst does nothing for us currently, though it's pretty reasonable that we'll get some Ember or Pyrojolt generation via the Horde. So it's not without uses, but it's not what we're going to worry about. Grand the Eternal is kind of nice. I guess I'm going to take that. Then we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know how necessary it actually is, but it is what we're taking for now. It does help in terms of hitting like the invasion trials and things. Okay, we're not going to play Gilda. Already forgot about that. Unfortunately, they have Titan skin, but that's okay. And then we were going to kill him just so that we have enough capacity for what I want to do. I did give you a bunch of armor because of the Shale Shell, which I kind of didn't want to do. Regardless, we now have that there, so that's cute. And now the Barons are doing enough damage to kill. May as well play that. And then can't fit you where I want to put you. But I need you to goddamn die, Guildmonger. Okay, so you do enough damage to kill. Already forgot that I get 2 of you, but that's fine. I can blow them up whenever I want, so it's perfectly fine to just do that. I need to draw into Gilda. There we go. Yes, I did forget that it goes to 4 eggs, not 2. For some reason, I was thinking it's only 2. Well, that's cute. Gosh, you can't even see the poor little whelp. Just hiding behind giant Gildas. Anyways, that's the thing. Well, I have more than enough horde generation. Well, my dudes don't actually deal damage, but that's okay. Alright, unnecessary. Here we go. I was like, I was wondering why Corrin was in the front. I forgot. So, Corrin normally ends up in the back. Because Corrin descends every enemy and then retreats so that she grabs every remaining unit. And then you have to fight through them all to hurt Corrin. But because of the silence, they don't actually do the retreat. Always throws me off because I'm just so used to seeing Corrin in the back that I always assume that Corrin is actually spawning at the back of the floor, which is not how it works. Silencing Corrin is chef's kiss. It is certainly nice. The wealthy whelp is cute. I don't think we're going to do it, though, because I'm going to cash out the horde, like, every battle. Pay off as well. We don't need it. And we can't take the mine cage. Hallowed Halls. It is interesting. I don't think it's what we're taking. It's good, but I would have to make it... There's just a lot of things I would have to do to make Hallowed Halls really what I want. We're just going to take the Mortal Entrapment as a way to, like, daze Seraph. We're definitely looting this. Let's take Medallion of Superiority. Ooh. I do kind of want to get the... I do kind of want to go to this Merchant of Trinkets, especially because I'm so worried that we're going to miss out on the Horde extension. Like, it's not the end of the world if I do miss out on it, but it would be really nice in a world where I'm getting, you know, 4 eggs and essentially maxing Horde every fight. Would be nice to have the Horde extension. Anyways, the Pyrestone housing's nice, but I'm already going to be duping here. I don't know that I really care. Could also just take the Sinner Salve. I don't care about Sinner Salve, though. Purified Soul Shard is kind of cute. It means that, like, all of my whelps are free to play. I mostly think that doesn't matter, though. I'll just take this. Who knows how useful it actually will be. Can't take Sacrificial Chamber, don't really need Meat Shield. Bloodthirsty Blade seems unnecessary here. We are going to make this deployable, though I am struggling with Deployment Ember now. Kind of. I also probably want to remove a bunch of units. So we're going to dupe you. And then let's start purging things. Partly since I now do have the Hall of Mirrors activated. Oops, not the Baron. Don't want to remove the Baron. I don't even really need the Guildmonger. I shouldn't have taken it, but I was thinking wrong about how much Horde I was actually generating. But we'll probably try to remove that. Not because I need to save it for another run, but just because it really doesn't do anything for me here. Sketches demands kicking unworthy units off the train. I mean, you're not wrong. I guess I should play you anyways. Kind of can't hurt anything here. It's fine. The Gilda squad will be able to, like, finish them off, but still. Okay, I guess we're just gonna do that. Already forgot that I had Boiler Room. I was like, I don't have enough Ember for this. That's not true. I very much have enough Ember for this. May as well blow him up so that he at least gets the extra bonus attack. Since he was dying either way. Okay. Would be really nice to have, like, holdover on... Not holdover, spell chain on those. I mean, I wouldn't hate the holdover too, but... Okay. It is a little annoying that I can't kill any of those backliners with my whelps, but that's fine. That's why we're not really relying on them. Well. Oh no, it's Quoto, and he's muted for a couple turns. What a terrible fate. Yeah, I mean, none of this really matters. There we go. We take the damage just because it's free gold, and then we get more Horde than we know what to do with. A good chunk of gold. I don't need Soul Smelter. I can't take Sacrificial Chamber, I can't take Mind Cage. Subsuming Blade is cute, but not really necessary. I'm just going to take a second Mortal Entrapment, I guess. And then we're looting this, since we max it every time. I don't apply Pyre Gel, so we'll take Flaming Talons. I'll take the Mold Braces. Kind of want the Purified Soul Shard, but we'll take the Mold Braces. We just get more free armor this way, basically. Yeah, I'll do this. Not particularly helpful. You can have Titanite, I guess, because I've got gold to burn. I might get rid of him later, but I'll give him HP for now, just because I have slots to fill. Okay. Well, that does promote you into a better looking spot. And I think we're just gonna get rid of the Guildmonger now, honestly. Technically, I could have held on to him for a bit, but whatever. Yeah, I don't really care about any of these, honestly. I'm just gonna skip on them. I maybe could have used the large mystery box, but I really don't care. Overall, we are in quite a good shape. It just is a bit of a shame that we are not hitting the Horde extension artifacts. Okay, so you go in front, you go behind, and then we have to wait to play the other one, but that's okay. Ta-da! Your inner dragon is speaking again. Yep. Oh yeah, and you are muted for a couple turns. Anyways, we're in great shape. I should have played him slightly in front. Oh well, not a big deal. Well, we are we're doing real well. I'm glad that we got the Barons for this. It was a very good pickup for us. Like, basically everything we've gotten has been quite good for us. Because, like, we also got the free boiler room, which has been really cute. The upgrades we've been offered for the Barons has been good. We got the Hall of Mirrors for the Gilda situation, which is unlikely but real cute when it happens. Not that I always need to be sacrificing all of those guys, but, you know, why not? Poor Kale doesn't even get to move. What are we trying to do? All the dragon combos in single win streak? So what we're doing, if you're asking what the hat trick challenge is, for every champion, we are picking a clan combo, and then we have to run 3 wins back to back to back with that clan combo. Each of the runs using one of the different champion paths of that champion. So like for Gilda, last night we did Bloat Matron. Currently, we are working on Guild Mother. If we win this one, we'll have to do Lady Avarice. And any cards that are used in one of the winning decks cannot be used in the subsequent runs. So we have to essentially budget the cards across all 3 runs. So that's that. That list on the right is the ones that we used last night so far. And so anything on that list I can't draft. If they show up in my starting cards, then that is what it is, but I can't draft anything that I've used before. So, we're currently making pretty easy progress on Guild Mother's run, but we'll still have to do Lady Avarice after this as well. But yeah, we got a real nice run lined up here. Anyways, we're gonna record that spiel seriously. I mean, I really should, but it's fine. Let's explode some dudes and go from there. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna do it for all the champions. We've done Fel and Queen so far, and now we're working on Gilda. Hell Furnace does not help. Wax and Spike does not help, and definitely best to save in case we need it for like Lady of the House or something. And Soldier of Fortune I can't take. Nor do I need to, but I couldn't if I wanted to. We do definitely want Ember here, even if only so I can get better deployment Ember. The draw would be nice too, but I really do want the deployment Ember. I will take Hidden Coffers, even though it's pretty late for it to show. Vola's Tuning Fork is kind of cute. Mostly doesn't matter, though, because I've got the Boiler Room. I'll just take Guild Marker. I was really hoping we were going to get the other one. the other Horde extension, even if I wasn't expecting to. I wonder if we will see Pyre of Entropy ever in the challenge. No. I'm not planning to. I can't really think of a situation in which I would really want to do that. Every other Pyre, there's at least some argument to be made, even if Time Father and Aquaths are less likely. I can at least imagine one situation where I'm pretty confident I will take Time Father. But, like, Entropy is a no. Like, again, mathematically, it's okay strong. But, like, I hate using it, and it does have a lot of downsides. So... I don't think I need Merchant of Arms. I think we are just going to go here. Yeah, because, like, I could get, like, minus cost on the Mortal Entrapment or double stack on that. I could get Spell Chain for Primitive Mold. Like, those are good enough for me. Guild Mother 3. It's really a rhetorical question given your unjust hate for it. I know it is, but I still am going to treat it seriously. Sure. I would intrinsic the Mortal... I mean, I guess I could have intrinsic to the Mortal Entrapment. That's fine. Sure, whatever. Here we are. I will get rid of you, because you are just worse for me than the Whelps are. And honestly, I'm going to get rid of one of the Pyre Balls. The Pyre Balls are fine, but they're also not really important. What we are going to do is dupe another Baron. Look at that. How exciting. Okay, so, oops, there we go. Gilda gets to hang out in her vault. You go there, and there, I guess. Unjust, maybe unfounded, absolutely. How dare you? It's neither unjust nor unfounded. Okay, we're gonna have you... I guess I don't want you up front. I was thinking that we're gonna be killing dudes who are going to give us corruption, but that's not actually true. I mean, I could leave you in front to absorb the corruption on strike, but I don't think I want to. I will leave you here to make sure we're killing off the Scourge dude, because otherwise it gets annoying. The crown just makes that fat floor unkillable during waves. It does! I mean, not that that's mattered, like, enemies aren't really reaching me, but still. May as well do that. Actually, let's do it like this. So we can play these out, and so they can buff each other. Okay, I mean, I can prevent some damage, but also, like, who really cares? We'll just save that. I may have just attempted to wind you up. Yeah, I figured. I hate Pyre of Entropy, and I don't even play the game. Fair enough. God, I hate Pyre of Entropy. It's just really, like, unsatisfying and unenjoyable to use. Like, again, mathematically, it's okay. It's just... it's annoying, and it often isn't as good as it looks, and it's just, it's not what I care about. Okay. By shooting them first, it then means I can knock... I got them down to the reanimate, and so that I can actually kill them off with those guys. And then I kill you, even though I save myself more health by doing those guys. Doesn't matter. I'm not particularly in danger of losing here. Okay. And all the while, my Gilda team just chilling up top, doing their thing. Slightly wrong ordering, who cares? Oh, look. We'll just Daze Rex a bunch for 9 turns. Not that we need it, given that we are just cleaving through him real fast. But, you know, there we go anyways. Who would have gotten 1 turn of attacking? God, and then we get 400 gold per egg. Plus the 400 from the trial. Counting their coins up top to pass the time. Yep. Again, this run definitely lined up pretty nicely. Anyways, we don't need the Stuck Up Well. We don't need the Soul Smelter. The Pyroclasm is cute, but we don't need it, so I'm going to skip it. Just in case we want it for the next run. And I definitely don't need these. May as well take Hellfire Bellows. May as well take Furious Breath. It doesn't really matter. I will take Lost Luggage, I guess. Okay, so I don't think I need the Merchant of Arms. I really don't need the healing. I do have max upgrades on these guys, but I guess I could look for, like, Endless on one of the Whelps or something. I don't know. I could also maybe dupe another Baron if we get offered things for that. Artificial Pyre Stone, sure. Gel Transfuser doesn't really do anything for me. And I'm not using Extinguish triggers. I'll buy them just for the sake of it. I do want Magma Core, and I do want Sacrificial Chris. Flicker's Liquor is fine, but basically unnecessary. Since we already have what we need. Sure. Enjoy being Endless, higher HP, and Avarice. Who cares? Don't think I really need the Pyreball at this point, so honestly I'll just skip on that too. And then we will make another triple striking Baron. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think we're gonna be okay. Sadly, didn't get the other Horde extension. Oh well, that's fine. Technically don't need more Hall of Mirrors, but that's okay. The lower capacity down here would cause me problems, so. Oh yeah, and you're muted for a couple turns. How exciting. You are going to take damage, which does give you Pyrogel because we have the Chris, which does also make Gel Transfuser actually useful for me now. So we're going to put you first so you can block the Corruption. It barely matters, but we may as well do it. Okay, may as well leave you till next turn. We'll play these out because there's no reason not to. And then with our 20 Ember, we'll daze for 9 turns. And I am going to get rid of you just so that Dominion doesn't go to your floor. Because that's a waste. Why would we want Dominion on that floor when we could just not have Dominion on that floor? Hello, Ashiaka. How you doing, friends? Thanks for the raid, by the way. Alright, Gel Transfuser once again doing some work for us, and overall we're in real good shape. We get a tiny bit of corruption on our Baron, who has a bunch of armor, thanks to the combination of Mold Braces and Shale Shell, and has Titanite, so basically takes no damage. Good, super tired, woke up after only like 4 hours of sleep, couldn't get back to sleep, so gonna go take a nap now. Totally understandable. I have lived that life many a time recently, and it's not great. I can definitely relate. Yes, look at all those stats. Delicious, delicious stats. I forgot that my eggs up top can attack now too, because they get the extra attack from the Spirit Breaker charge. They used to not have an attack stat at all, so they couldn't be granted any attack bonus. But they changed that at some point, so now you can do that, which is kind of cute. I'm almost done with Brotato, and then moving on to Dark Deity. Dark Deity 1 or Dark Deity 2? 1. Okay. 1 is fine. 2 is much better. I still more or less had fun with 1, but 1 is kind of buggy. It's unbalanced in a lot of ways. The writing is not great, and there's way too many characters. 2 was a lot of fun. I like 2 quite a lot. But 1 was still fun to play. Like, if you like Fire Emblem, it's still a good time. Also, it's like the weirdest, most overcomplicated, like, advantage-disadvantage system. Because there's like 5 different armor types and a bunch of different weapon types, and there's this overly complicated chart to figure out which ones you are. Anyways, it's a thing. Well, I guess we take Ember Charge, even though that doesn't really matter. The problem is I don't have any dragons, so that doesn't matter. I don't have any way to hurt... Well, I technically have some way to hurt my own units, but the only ones that have abilities are the ones that are blowing themselves up when they use it, so it doesn't matter. I guess we take Sizzling Firecracker, which also barely matters. And then I guess we'll take Cleansing Water, because the Ancient Pyre Tap doesn't matter. I have way more Ember than I need for anything. My deck may or may not have come together quite nicely. Again, turns out Remnant is a pretty solid clan combo for Gilda. I mean, there's a lot of other things that like happen here too. Don't get me wrong. But here we are. Okay, and then you go in the middle, and then you guys just chill at the back. Oh, and they are muted for several turns, which on the one hand is kind of nice, but also means that I won't be getting the Pyrelights for several turns, which is pain. Okay, and we keep exploding these guys to buff up the whole team. We'll do that as well. And then, oh, guess what? You're dazed for 9 turns. How exciting. Oh, I forgot that I had this guy here. Whoops. I was supposed to have killed him as well. Well, so be it. Alright, we'll put him up front just to block a little bit. Also did forget that I actually do want to take the Vengeful Shard damage, because I got Magma Core, so whenever I take Pyre damage, I get Pyre Gel on all enemies. And so I do want to just gain more Pyre Gel on Dominion to speed things up a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do. Technically, I could also be dazing Dominion, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I really would prefer to get the Pyrolites generated. So if I wanted to, I could have almost done this without taking any Pyre damage. Also, I could be blocking the corruption generation on you, but it doesn't matter. Alright, unsurprisingly, Savagery's down, Entropy is down, especially because I now generate a lot of Pyre Gels, since every time the Whelps die, they're also giving off 6 Pyre Gel. Plus I have Gel Transfusers, so any enemies who are sharing a floor together get even worse, since as one dies, the others just inherit that. Okay. And then we finally can start buffing the Pyre. My sweet, delicious army of Barons has been pretty impressive. I don't think Wickless Baron is really, like, the best unit in this game. It has a lot of situations where the scaling can be kind of slow. This is not one of those times. This is very pleasing. Yep, I'll just do that. I could have, like, hit him to reduce the damage coming into my Baron, but, like, who cares? Again, at this point, I'm really just waiting for Dominion to die. I could essentially just click end turn repeatedly, and we'd be fine. But where's the fun in that? At least we're getting a little bit of Pyre Gel on Dominion. Speeds things up a little bit. Oops, there we go. Okay, we should be done on this next turn. Which is not surprising, it's pretty average. Unfortunately, I can't actually explode my units here because of the stupid silencer. Either way, it's fine. God, I don't actually get the kill. Fuck you. I was hoping to have gotten the Mortal Entrapment. I kept wanting to take Crushing Demise, different card. Anyways, I was hoping to have gotten one of the Mortal Entrapments that turn so I could just do the damage to kill. Since we were only missing it by like 13. But didn't work out. Weirdly, it has. That dialogue trapped on screen, but fine. Ta-da! Anyways, that was a run. Things turned out real nicely for us. They lined up just real well. Alright. So, let us add to the list. And then we still have to do Lady Avarice. So this was Guild Mother. And we did that with Firas. And then units, we used, I think just Wickless Baron and the Whelps, right? Pretty sure that was it. Our deck was pretty thin by the end. And then, yeah, we used Mortal Entrapment. And I think that was the only non-starter spell we had. And then we had Hall of Mirrors. And I'm pretty sure that's all we used. Because, again, most of our power budget was coming from, well, the Wickless Baron and from the artifacts. Anyways, yeah, that seems to be everything we used. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Okay, so we need to swap hires. This one is going to be Lady Avarice. Again, if we don't get offered it, we have to re-roll. Herzl's Horde is pretty decent, especially since a lot of the remaining units are fairly expensive. Like, not so much on the Remnant side, though on the Remnant side, I don't have too many options for units I'd want to run. I mean, like, Lady of the House is good, but we'd need to see good support for that. On the Hireborn side, Greed Dragon cost 2, Magma Cultist cost 2, Zealot cost 3, also a rare unit. Anyways, just in general, Herzl's, I think, is pretty good. Bogworm is also okay, but it's unreliable. And I think I'm pretty happy with just taking Herzl's Horde. And then that also makes it easier for us to take capacity if we want it, which we probably do, while still having enough. Well, they gave me Paraffin Enforcer. That's fine. We can't draft more of them or dupe him or anything like that. Don't really need the Moldeds. The Lava Armor is fine. It's not a particularly strong thing. And we're up against Entropy, which is a little annoying. And honestly, maybe going to be a problem for us, but we'll see. Waxer Snuffer is nice. Crown of the Eternal is also pretty decent, especially in a world where I maybe am going to do the Lava Armor. Like, if I put Lava Armor on her, then it means that we're applying Pyrogel to enemies that attack into her, and then she still ends up at full every turn. That is very good early game. It's maybe not that important later. The double extinguish triggers we mostly care about for like Molten Encasement. The stealth one. And I kind of want to take that. But if we don't get offered Molten Encasement or like Bounty Stalker, what does it do for me? I think we're just going to take Crown of the Eternal. As much as I want Waxer Snuffer, there's a good chance it does nothing. Also, forgot to check to see if we even had Lady Avarice. Luckily, we did, but there's definitely a possibility that I would have had to just reroll anyways. So, here's the deal. As much as I always default to Trials on, with the Titan skin, it does block the Whelps from doing damage. And then I wouldn't be able to use them to get the Avarice procs. Is it more gold for me to just turn it down? I mean, I feel like I should just take it anyways, because I'm me. Also, there's the possibility that we can put, like, a Train Steward on bottom floor with a Lava Armor, and then still explode Whelps on a higher floor. Either way, we'll do it. It's fine. Okay, we'll just do that. Also, I technically don't have to explode the dudes. I can do other things. Anyway, I can just leave them here to attack. Yeah, it's not exactly what we want, but it's a thing. Yeah, I'm going to take a fair bit of pyre damage because I just didn't line up what I wanted. Well, it's fine. Sometimes you take pyre damage. It's not the end of the world. It's not like my offense is particularly good here at the moment. But so now we can actually do a bit of damage, at least to the front dude. Okay, I'm gonna greed a little bit to do that. We'll see what happens. He does get a lot of Pyre Gel on him just from the Lava Armor, because he slowly builds up strength. And then, yeah, unsurprisingly, we get the killer here. So let's just farm as much gold as we can. Which unfortunately is not all that much gold. I wonder if I can explode you. Probably can't, really. I mean, like, I could maybe still just win on the higher floor. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Didn't get as much gold as I wanted off of that, thanks to Titan Skin and when we drew all that, but it worked out okay. So, can't take the Lava Flow. I can still take either of the others. I kind of want the Alchemy. I think I lean towards taking the Flicker. But Alchemy is cute. So I can take any of these, and they all have use cases. Hell Drippings is technically a team-wide buff, which I do like, especially in Pyreborn, since they largely lack ways to do that. And that's maybe worth it. Molten Casement is good defense, though I'd need capacity to use it. And I already have Crown of the Eternal, which does make my defensive needs a lot less strong. Wicklash, likewise, is another attack buff. It's not team-wide. I'm gonna take the Hollow Drippings, and we'll see how it shakes out. Hey Salamander, do you make this list ahead of time so you know what to pick, or do you update it when you make picks? So for the challenge we're doing, this is a list of the cards that I had used in the prior runs that I am not allowed to draft. So I just update it at the end of each run. So that's what it is. And then once we finish with Gilda, we'll wipe the list, and then with whatever champion we're doing next, we will start anew. So that's how it works. if your like larger question was, am I aiming for specific cards? In general, kind of yes, but not really. There's tons and tons of ways that you can build a winning deck. Basically, every unit in the game is more or less useful, and most of the cards in the game are good in at least some niche or another. But like, there's tons of ways to build winning decks, and basically every seed can be beaten in multiple ways. Cool, I've noticed you make interesting builds in this game. That is something I try to do, especially if, like, I played a lot of hours of both Monster Train 1 and 2. I will be playing a lot more hours of Monster Train 2 to come. And definitely what appeals to me is building interesting, fun things rather than always doing the same sorts of builds. Which is partly why I often do, like, random, or why I do challenges like this, because I think it leads to more interesting, fun situations. Anyways, so if I go here, we've already used up Paraffin Enforcer and Baron. So Tycoon, Thug, Lady of the Reformed, and Lady of the House are all on the table. Lady of the House is the only one I'd really want there. Lady of the Reformed, technically it could maybe work. I think we're going here and we're looking for Magma Cultist. And then, like, Intrinsic on the Howl Drippings. Okay. Well, I can't take Hothead. I would take Hothead, but I can't take Hothead. Do I actually care about Guildmonger? Not really. But, like, it would be nice to get some Horde going, but it's so little Horde. Technically, I can reform him repeatedly, though. God, that's just not what I wanted to see. But again, this is the danger of this challenge. Fine, I'll take Guildmonger for now. We'll see if it actually ends up doing anything for us. As for this, I think we just want to go like Spell Chain, Hallowed Drippings. And then we're going to re-roll, hoping to see Intrinsic. Remove Consume would also be good. It just gets awkward for us. Because the thing is, I need this on turn 1 so I can, like, prevent units from burning out, unless I'm okay with just, like, reforming them. It would be really nice to have the Remove Consume too, but we're just going to do this, I guess. Did you not have Guildmonger last time? I removed it. Yes. So, the rule is that anything that's in our ending deck, he wasn't in our ending deck, therefore he is still available. It's a little bit cheesy, but he basically didn't matter in the last run. And I try not to just remove things right at the end. Anyways. Do I care about buffing the Flicker with +10? No, not really. I guess I'll do that, even though I am low on cash. Okay, the minus draw doesn't hurt us too badly. Unfortunately, the Howl Drippings that I set up doesn't do anything for us yet. I have all this Deployment Ember that basically doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, and you guys have haste. Well, fuck me. That's not great. Maybe I do need Guild on mid-floor. Or on top floor. I just always forget that these guys give haste. It's either that or I need to, like, not play out the Shield Steward so that I can use the Whelps to, like, stop that. Or I play Guild on bottom floor. You know what? Let's play Guild on bottom floor. I never pay attention to whether I'm on the fight with the, haste dudes or not. Guild at bottom for cash. Yeah, kind of. Part of the reasoning for not doing that was that then, like, we could have someone on bottom floor who has lava armor on to be applying Pyre Gel, so that then when we explode whelps on them, it would do more damage. Also, by having the Guildmonger lower, he could die, and then I could, like, reform him, and that would be nice, but it's fine. Unfortunately, can't get the Collector. I knew this was a possibility. Oh, well. Whoops. There we go. I may as well just leave him to attack. I probably should have left the other one to attack as well. Because it generates the same amount either way here. Well, anyways, this is more or less working. As long as I can kill the backliner there, this will look a lot better. Whoops, I did not mean to click that. Okay, we've almost killed him this way, because the extra HP on our dude goes a long way. So we get more Pyre Gel. We get some extra gold, yada yada yada. He's super dead. Unfortunately, the Guildmonger didn't even die, but whatever. Okay. So, I can take Flicker. I can take the Pyre Ball, because I did remove it last time. Or I can take the Snotty Whelp. I'll tell you right now, don't think we need the Snotty Whelp. It is kind of a cool card, but I basically never draft it. I think we're going to draft another Flicker. The Pyre Ball is sort of interesting. Do I want a Pyre Ball? I will take a Pyre Ball, I guess. I cannot take Drip Fall. Otherwise, I would probably take Drip Fall. Honestly, I could take the draft. Pretty sure I don't want the draft, though it's vaguely interesting. If I still had Soldier of Fortune available for, I would maybe take it. The absolute disappointed look when the poor dragon survived. Well, he wasn't meant to survive. Anyways, we're getting the Howl Drippings. And hopefully we're getting Magma Cultist. I would take Miser too at this point. Really want Magma Cultist though. Well, fuck me. I think we're taking Miser. I would take the Magma Mauler, except for the fact that he is a 2-capacity unit, and I really would prefer the 1-capacity unit right now. On the other hand, like, Magma Mauler having extra HP is vaguely helpful. Also, having the Pyre Gel Strike is pretty nice. I might just take him, honestly. And I do have Herzl's Horde, so I can just, like, take a bunch of units and play them out in deployment still. Alright. It's not what I wanted, but it is what we're doing. Okay, so you now have 2 Burnout and 16 Pyre Gel on strike. Ooh, isn't that interesting? I kind of feel like I need to take that. turns out that is pretty good, and it does answer my scaling needs. Sort of. Like, I'm not the best deck for that yet, but I could remove some cards, make my reforming a little more consistent. And I don't need to get it that high to get good value out of it. And then I'd, like, dupe it here after a couple battles, dupe it again. It's a shame that it's not smidge stoned, but that's fine. We'll do that. Enjoy. And then let's remove a couple things, I guess. Let's remove you, and let's remove you. Whatever. We'll have to get rid of more. That's fine. Who cares that he deals damage to the pyre? Never in my life have I cared about that in the slightest. And the shackles are pretty low cost during deployment. I think we're just leaving Gilda up top so I can put you down bottom. And honestly, I think I leave these unplayed so that when I need to reform things, I can reform what I want to reform. I mean, I do have them molded as well, so it's not like I'm necessarily going to struggle to hit what I want. But anyways, he doesn't burn out immediately now. And he gets a whole bunch of attack. Sadly, I don't have the lava armor. It would be nice to start applying Pyrogel to you. I will just let you attack and burn out because it's worth the same amount of gold. So 9, 18, 27. So I could do that and you would survive. Or you can put that on like Gilda and then that's just a pretty good play. Yeah, as is, I think you're taking the same number of hits, and I would just have to reform you next turn. I think I'm okay with that. And then we'll just play you guys and seed you for next turn. I do still have some of the whelps in the reform pile. Also, I do not care in the slightest about my dude dying. Or about taking the pyre damage. Pyre damage does not bother me. So I do want you to die. But maybe I don't want to do it this way. I guess I'll do it this way and prevent myself from taking damage. Yes, build up that rage. Ever delicious rage. I do need to play that out. Okay. Here we are. I'm pretty excited about him building up. Still gonna die, he just dies less badly this way. So you're doing 6, 12, and so I could prevent the pyre damage by doing this. Which I guess I'll do, it's kind of unnecessary. But hey... Oh, I should have exploded. Nope, you guys got exactly enough damage in. Come on, reform the correct unit. Yeah, good job. I guess we'll do that so I take less damage. Okay. Yeah. Let's bring back the guy I care about. I was kind of hoping for Guildmonger to come back. And yes, we are just going to greed for gold. Okay. Okay, so I can get a little bit more gold by doing that. If I do it again, he'll just die. So we'll play this out so we can get 2 more procs on the Revenge. And then he just beats him to death for a pretty hefty amount. Not a bad turn of events for us. So, I am probably not taking Devilish Details. I don't think I'm taking Remnant Pact, though it's sort of interesting for me. And I might take Superheated. God, you're already up to 70 Rage. But it's 3 eggs. Yeah, it's also a lot of damage. At least it got nerfed, well, buffed, I should say. To be doing only 8 pyre damage instead of 10. 8 is a lot more reasonable. Still pretty painful, though, unless you have, like, payoff as well. I mean, like, there are ways to make it work, but it's usually not that helpful. Superheat is cute, but honestly, I don't know that I need it. And I'm not that good at applying Pyre Gel. I think we're just going to skip it, especially because at this point, it's looking a lot like my deck is mostly going to start becoming Magma Maulers just beat everybody to death. That seems like a likely outcome. So, we're gonna skip. Also, I'm gonna remind myself, how much HP do you actually have at rank 3 Gilda? 90. Okay. Not the best, not the worst. It's a high amount. It's just not as high as our other paths. Not taking Greed Dragon. I would have considered Greed Dragon in a world where we didn't just set up this absolute monster of a unit. But we did. And so that's the life we're going to live now. It's still got some, things to overcome. But more or less, it's looking a lot better now. Anyways, we'll skip those. We're taking capacity for sure. And we're going to save this because looting at 2 means basically nothing. The heal's fine. I'm trying to think of if there's any trinkets I really want. Not a ton. Yeah, Merchant Magic can do some decent things. Like, I could put Permafrost on a Molded. I could put Remove Consume on Hallowed Drippings. That's all good. I could even do, like, Spell Chain on Flicker, maybe. Also, the equipment might be nice. There's several that I'd be happy to see. Okay. Lady Avarice 2, which now gives Gilda gold base scaling. Doesn't change the Avarice amount, but that's okay. I meant to click on this first. Okay. So, couple things. I can't take Sacrificial Chamber. I could take either of the other 2. Now, Iron Tongue on Magma Mauler is pretty cute. Because he would be applying 16 Pyre Gel on strike. The problem is that would also lock him to having no fucking attack Can't Iron Tongue. Great point. Forgot. Already can't take it. Should have looked further down the list. Either way. Was leaning towards not taking it. But now it's a moot point. Can't take it altogether. I could take Steward's Quarters, though. And I might want to do that. Yeah, I'll take it. I don't know how useful it's going to be. At the moment, it barely helps, but that's fine. We will do this. I don't think I care about the Holy Stone. I could put it on the Pyre Ball. I don't have things I need to play most turns. But I also don't really care about Pyre health all that much. Fine. Oh. Probably just do that. Could also just Spell Chain there. I think we maybe just do that. I really shouldn't be spending all this gold. I'm doing it anyways. It's fine. Here we are. I, if anything, should be removing cards, but I didn't. This is also a reason that it would have been nice to have had Intrinsic on, like, the Pyre Ball, but I didn't. Anyways... I guess that's good enough. Like, I'm gonna take some damage from these guys unless I draw well, but... My level of concern is relatively low. Okay, let's be vaguely responsible, where we do this, and we kill them all, and then we just start getting some sweet, sweet cash. So I don't get too much fire damage. The Guildmonger's still gonna die. I was sort of hoping for... What's the word I'm looking for? I was sort of hoping for Permafrost for the Molded. That would have been nice. Just so I could reliably get him back when I need to get him back. Since I do kind of worry about that. Sadly, not doing enough damage here. Because I can do all this, but I can't do it one more time, which is what I need. I could kill this guy by putting the Spear Steward in front, but I think we're just not going to. Because I do need him to die so I can reform him. Okay, at least you still have a bunch of burnout because you do have dualism. May as well just explode there. It was a bad time to draw Savage Shackles, unfortunately, because there's a lot more I could have done if I hadn't drawn it. But hey. I guess we'll get the Guildmonger back while I'm thinking about it. And I guess we'll just get back everything else as well. I guess we'll get a little bit more damage doing that. I could have exploded these, but with his Titan skin, it wouldn't have done anything. So the ones with Burnout 1, we just want to blow up. You, I'm going to leave till next turn. Yeah, so I have less things in the Reform pool. I do need to beat Ajax somehow. Please get back the right guy. Yeah, nicely done. Yeah, I mean, whatever, here we are. It's a shame he's not building up more power, but I didn't want to risk him dying to Ajax since he doesn't have all that much HP, and I do need to win the fight. I'm not doing a great job of building up gold. I'm doing okay, but could be better. Well... Greed is kind of cute, but really not what I want. If I were better at reforming, I would maybe take it. Wealthy Whelp is cute, but I don't think we're going to use it. I think I'm just going to cash out the Horde now that I've hit 4. And Fanning the Flame is not as good as I want it to be. Okay. Well, isn't that interesting? So I believe I can take all of these. Because, yeah, I haven't taken Engulfed in Smoke or Resin Removal, nor Memoria of the Melted. Resin for sure. I mean, Resin Removal is good, and I think it's what I lean towards. Maybe... But like, we're not up against a minion Seraph. Gilda's gonna heal full every turn. Engulfed in Smoke maybe does more work for me. Because at some point, I don't need to keep buffing the Magma Maulers. Like, I've already gotten to that point, basically. Because 92 Rage is a lot of extra damage. And if I just keep duping the Magma Maulers, that'll do a lot of work for us. So long as I can keep them protected. Plus, I'm going to buff with the Howl Drippings as well. Well, I need a nap. Have lots to do today, unfortunately. Good luck on the runs. Well, thank you, Gold Poke. Good luck on the rest of your day, my friends. And Memorial for the Melted removes any need for me to be reforming, basically, which is nice. Means I could get a lot of gold to Rio quick with the Lady Avarice if I wanted, and it means I have defense versus my dude just dying. I mean, I kind of just want it. I don't know. I think we're taking Resin Removal. Okay, salute this. I don't really care about that. We'll take Medallion of Superiority. If the Whelps applied Pyrogel on Strike affected their ability, that would be a different story. And, like, maybe I'm wrong and it does, but I'm pretty confident it doesn't. But if it did, that'd be nice. Anyways, we're going here. I don't know why I'm even hesitating. Holdover is nice. Dante's Footstool is sort of cute. Do I care about Flicker's Liquor? Vaguely? Not too much later. Problem is, Dante's Footstool basically does nothing for me currently. It lets me get Steward's Quarters, but that's already 0 cost, and it's super easy to just make that deployable. And even now, it doesn't really do all that much for me. And I don't know that I'm going to visit any Merchant of Arms. I guess I'm visiting one here, probably. Well, we'll take it. We'll see what matters. Holdover Resin Removal is good. Holdover Flicker, also good. I'm going to do the Holdover Molded, I guess, even though I don't really want to do it. Just to double check, is this the last Merchant of Magic I'm visiting? Yeah. Alright. Magic Power it is. And Spell Chain it is. And then we will just minus cost you. Part of the problem is I have bad wave clear. But, so be it. God, there's a lot of things I would like to remove. At least the removals are less important now. Also, maybe shouldn't have gotten rid of him. I think that's still fine, though. Okay, so... do I want to set up on bottom floor? I think I do. For just a multitude of reasons. Unfortunately, that does mean we're going to have a harder time killing the Guildmonger, whatever, sometimes that's just the case. Okay. Sure. Didn't really need the lava armor, but it's okay. Technically, I could shoot my own dude to give him the bonus. I don't really want to do that, though. I will do this, though. Get that delicious, delicious extra gold. Although it does mean he's getting hit less times. That's fine. What's hat-trick challenge? Give me one moment. Oh, whoops. That was a waste. Oh, well. That's fine. I'll leave it be. So it's a challenge made up by the community back in Monster Train 1. Essentially, we pick a champion and clan combo for that champion. And then we need to do 3 runs back to back to back. 3 winning runs back to back to back. Each one of those runs, we do a different one of their champion paths. We go all the way to rank 3 and no cross-pathing allowed. And any cards that are used in one of the winning runs cannot be drafted in subsequent runs. So we have to ration the cards across all 3 runs. So that's the challenge. That's what we're doing. So far we've done Fel and we've done Queen and we're working on Gilda. So I could just wipe the backliners. Can also just resin removal to get rid of their things. Also gets rid of the sap. Let's just go ahead and do that. You are going to die. Which I do want you to die. Oh, and if I kill them, you'll still die. I was thinking that I was a little wary of killing the backliners. Because I didn't want you to not die, because I need to be able to bring you back at full health next turn. But that's not true. Because he is the harvest, so then he does more damage after I kill his buddies. Alright, so you come back. And then we'll just extract sweet, sweet gold from them, even though it does mean you're going to be a little weaker. Oh no, we get to play the lava armor. Oh wow. Yeah, this is a reason that I probably should have played you in a different spot. I should have put you behind because I needed you to withstand things. But we'll see. Ah, that is enough. Okay. I was hoping that enough fucking around with the whelps would do it. Anyways, I get a little bit of extra gold this way, and then we just bring you back, and you give us the extra hits that we need to get the kill. Okay. How exciting. Yeah, if we didn't kill him here, it would have been a lot worse. We technically could have done some work on higher floor, since we could play out a bunch of whelps and knock off some of his reanimate that way. Dragon's Breath is good. Make It Rain is also pretty decent for us. I'm not really generating that much Pyre Gel, though. I might just want the Dragon's Breath, though. That would have been a lot easier if I had taken Flicker's Liquor, and I didn't. And we're not going to visit another Merchant of Magic on the current route. Do I care about Make It Rain? I'll just take the Dragon's Breath. Sometimes it will be helpful, sometimes not. I feel like I should probably take the Engulfed in Smoke, but we're not going to. Okay. Do I actually want to go here? Do I want to go to the Merchant of Arms? I'm just going to go here and dupe the Magma Mauler again. But I can't actually play him out currently. Even with the Steward's Quarters, I'm short on capacity. If I go to the Merchant of Arms, I can maybe fix that by getting, like, Exile's Diadem. I think we still want to go here and dupe, because maybe it'll be useful later. I mean, it'll definitely be useful. It's just a matter of, like, how useful. When you have Flicker's Liquor, does created dupe with +1 cost on summon upgrade become technically free? No, because of the ordering of events, I think. Which is to say that I think Flicker's Liquor takes event. So, presupposing that that unit is the only card in your hand, I think Flicker's Liquor takes effect before the duplicate unit is created, and so I don't think it is a viable target for the cost reduction. I might be wrong on that. There's a bunch of weird things to do with Fecundity upgrade, that they tried to iron out a lot of them over time. Don't think this is necessary. Yeah, it'd be super broken otherwise, but very rare anyway. Of note, if you're unaware, they did recently in the Lost Arsenal patch limit Fecundity to only generating one extra copy of the unit rather than being infinite. Let's just reroll. I mean, we'll take that, and I guess we'll take that. Oh, not infinite anymore? Yeah. Yep. Okay, so we dupe the stronger Magma Mauler. I guess we just do this. Didn't know that. Yeah, it was part of the Lost Arsenal patch, so there's a lot of other things going on. It was definitely easy to miss. So we do that. The weaker one can go there. Can go there. And I guess we just do all that. Then these upgrades look too situational, I think. Not as impactful as Titan ones, for sure. Are you talking about the Inscription ones? They're still very good. Got that combo ages ago and it seemed inconsistent. The copies appeared at 0 cost, but after summoning 1 or 2, it upped the cost of it. Then after resummoning again, it went back to 0. But the patch notes for Lost Arsenal made it only 1 copy, and I think they fixed it. They became broken again, like the Ascend, Descend, Mushroom thing. Yeah, don't know what to tell you. It's been too long since I last interacted with that in any way, so I don't know, unfortunately. Yeah, Inscription ones, I don't know, maybe I just don't understand them as I never rated them as super good. They're very strong, especially since you can, if you want to, get all 3 of them. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't use the whelps to get any Avarice here because he's giving Titan Skin to the whole crew. And Avarice only works on unblocked damage. So that's a waste. Like, I'll shoot him just so he's dead, and then I'll bring him back so I can get more Horde, I guess. But yeah, anyways, like, Fecundity is a little situational. The Ember one is also a little situational, but in general, you really can't... Like, the amount of defense generated by even just the 3 reanimate, especially because that can also be affected by dualism, is very helpful. So, for sure, we want back this one. But, like, Fecundity still has a lot of good use cases. Like, you see me do, like, banner units all the time. And Fecundity basically allows me to not have to do that. And especially with anything that has, like, permanent scaling, you are always up to date on the permanent scaling. And then, like, the Ember one can still be very good with certain things. That's definitely the most situational of the options, but even that has still got lots of great use cases. Okay, this one I can actually affect. Or I can get the Guildmonger back and get more Horde. Or I just get you back. I guess I'll do you. Okay, you're still dying, but whatever. I don't think it really changed how many attacks he was taking that turn. Okay, once again, we check to make sure we're getting the correct one back. You are dying. You're killing the Paraffin Enforcer, but that's fine. Yeah, and there's nothing stopping us from avaricing for once. Delicious, delicious avarice. Technically, I deprive you of getting hit once by killing the backliner. Oh well, that's fine. And I did get up to 3 Horde, which is sort of the minimum that we want to be at. I actually did that wrong. And I'm sorry. We want to get back the Guildmonger, not the other dude. I was thinking for some reason that this Magma Mauler had died, but that's not the case. If he had died, we definitely want to get him back. But not the case. Well, I don't really care about the Paraffin Enforcer, but fine. So you do have a lot of burnout. But we'll let you take a hit, and then if I draw, like, the Pyre Ball, I can kill you. It's a bit of a long shot, although I also might not win on this floor. Yeah. Okay, for safety's sake, we're gonna put you there. And I will be, I was gonna say I will be able to resonant removal, but that's not true. Because I don't have holdover on it or anything. Anyway, we should be okay still. Like, Like, I did let him get 46 attack, which is pretty scary, but fine. Let's get you back. There we go. Everything's fine. And the Guildmonger is dying even. Barely matters, but that's okay. But, okay. A little sketchy. Again, my wave clear is pretty bad, but that's okay. The Waxen Spike is kind of cute. Don't think we need it, though. Smelted Treasure we probably want. Pretty sure we want Smelted Treasure. Cursed Dragon Staff also good, but this is what we want. We definitely want more capacity as much as I also really would like more Ember. Oh well. The Ember Charge is sort of nice. I think we're just taking Flaming Talons. Flaming Talons is good. I haven't been setting up on top floor, but I can easily change that. So, Merchant of Steel doesn't really matter. I think we just want the removals, the heal, and whatever we can do at Merchant of Arms. There is Exile's Diadem. Okay. Well, we're taking Lady Avarice because that's what we have to do. I will come back to the removals in a moment. Hall of Mirrors is kind of cute. God, do I want to do the Hall of Mirrors shenanigans? So here's the deal. I have Dante's Can't Halls. You're right. It would have been cute. But you're right, I can't do it because we did use it in the Guild Mother run. So never mind. I was about to go on a rant where I was going to say that I can get it for free and then I can just overwrite it with the Steward's Quarters we already have. And then I can like dupe my Magma Mauler, but that doesn't work. Could take Boiler Room, which does help get around my Ember problems. Kind of want the Exile's Diadem. I think I probably do want the Exile's Diadem. But I also have 9 capacity at this point. So if I use that on Gilda, then she's using up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8, 9. If I dupe them one more time. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah. And then Ember-wise, so the Exile's Diadem is 1. We'd combine it with the Lava Armor, and so that's 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to pay for the Savage Shackle, so that's 6. I'm going to make another one of those, so that's 7. Should be nice still. Okay. So let's merge. Technically there are other things I could merge that with too. That would be nice. That's not a concern. We are going to get rid of the Steward's Quarters because I am going to replace it with the Boiler Room, which we do get to draw for free. Void Armament is cute, but you know what? I actually will take that. And I know I'm constantly weakening Gilda by always spending all the gold that she's reliant on, but whatever, fine. Oh, and I do get 2 free removals still. So, we're going to get rid of you and you, I guess. And that's what we got. And we're gonna dupe another Magma Mauler. Fuck you, by the way. You piece of shit. Okay, so we get rid of that. That goes there. You come out, immediately get smalled. And then 96, 128, 170 goes up front, even though the stupid Scourge guys are going to depress us. Well, I guess we'll put on the backliner just to be safe. And then I will do this. Unfortunately, not getting any benefit from getting attacked so many times. Oh well. I do kind of want to blow him up, but it also doesn't matter, because if I do, then he's currently silenced, in which case stupid Herald just prevents him from doing anything anyways. So we're going to blow my guy up so I can put him back out at full health. I also have copious amounts of Ember because of Boiler Room, because it's just nice like that. Okay, so just go ahead and do this. Whoops, I didn't mean to buff them. Oh well, that's fine. I think I'm okay with this. I could explode them with these, but I'm just not going to. I'm okay with my guy dying. I want him to take hits. Wish I had the kill spell for this turn, but I don't. I will give you the extra armor, the expensive gold. Unfortunately, I'm not killing a bunch of these guys, and I can't use abilities because you're a jerk. Well, let's deprive our dude a little bit, but that's fine. Well, I do want to do that, even if this guy is going to be annoying. I guess we'll explode and kill the guy so I take less damage. And then you can have the lava armor. I don't really care. Alright, whatever. Unsurprisingly, the Guildmonger has done very little for me in this entire run. But hey. We've tried. And fuck you. Always the stupid silence dudes. They make me so angry. Oh, yeah, whatever. I could have prevented myself from taking one higher damage. It's my own fault. It's okay. We'll leave him be. So. We'll just go ahead and do it this way. Get that sweet, sweet extra gold. Yeah, sure, we'll do it that way. And then, unsurprisingly, the Guildmonger never dies. Whatever. Here we go. I did get a good chunk of gold. And here we are. Death Roar is kind of cute now. I think we're just taking another Dragon's Breath. It's expensive, but it's pretty good for us. Can't take Mortal Entrapment, because I'm pretty confident we used that last time. Yep. Could take the Subsuming Blade. Don't really want it. Don't think we need another resin removal. So, we'll skip. Would have taken the Mortal Entrapment if I could, but I can't. So we're going here. We don't have Tomb units. Attuned Manacles doesn't help. Odie's Totem, don't think I need. Lodestone Casing doesn't help. So I don't need the Meat Shield. Could swap to Spell Sanctum. Pretty sure I'm still happy with the Boiler Room. It's a little unfortunate in the Titan fight on the turns where I can't actually kill any enemies. But I think that's still decent enough for me. Can't take Iron Tongue. Don't want Stasis Crystal, probably. Technically, I can take Stasis Crystal as a way to dodge some of the savagery damage during the Titan fight. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't really care. And you're the one with 188, and therefore you get to come out. Let's get rid of some whelps and stuff. Again, I am making Gilda weaker by spending her delicious gold. So what? I'm not too worried about that. Getting the Titan upgrade was a huge boon to us. Do I want to make any of that deployable? How much am I spending? So I have 8. And I'm currently spending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I could, like, not play him, but I still wouldn't have enough. Yeah, okay. We're not going to worry about it. It's fine. I was hoping, of course, to get, like, Attuned Whetstone. Would have been nice. Because then I could have gotten the Void Armament for free, and I would have liked that. Honestly, I don't need to be on bottom floor, but I guess we're being on bottom floor anyways. So, I was like, why do they not all fit? It's because I planned for this. Oh, and I can't fit the whelps on this floor anymore. That's fine. That was by design, more or less. Okay, as long as they don't one-shot Gilda, we're fine. Because she does heal back to full at the end of the turn. Okay. Get fucked. We removed their spell shields, and then we just murdered them. And then the Guildmonger is sort of technically building up some support for us. Again, as long as she doesn't die in one go, we're okay. Could have shot you, and I actually think that would have been better, but fine. We're not going to worry about it. God, I'm just not that great at wave clear right now. It is sad. It's a little dangerous to have them there closer to the front dudes, but hey. I guess I'll still play that out, even though I don't think I need to. It's mostly just there as backup in case I find myself needing it. Well, that's annoying, but okay. Well, let's have you take a hit again, I guess. Yeah, this is a little concerning, but we're doing alright. Everything's fine-ish. Don't think I really need to spend that, but it's good practice. And we'll still do this anyways. Because I think once we get to Relentless, we're more or less gonna have a pretty decent time. Just getting there, that's the problem. Yeah, I really don't have great, like, defense. But hey, here we are. Okay, we're fine. I just had to double check that I didn't change anything here, because I could do the resident removal to get rid of all the sap, but it would mean all the enemies would do more damage, and then I was worried that that would counterbalance things. Anyways, it's fine. We got there. Unfortunately, Gilda dies relatively quickly, so I don't get Avarice for the rest of this, which is a shame, but fine. The point is that we win. I will loot this, I guess. Way too late. Happily we'll take the Sharpened Teeth, I guess, even though it barely matters. I guess we could have taken the Conduit, and that would have been sort of nice. Oh well. That probably would have been better. But here we are. Okay. So I think I still want to be on bottom floor. There are sort of reasons not to be. But nonetheless, I think it's what I want. I could have one of you guys in front to block for Gilda, which honestly is maybe not the worst plan, but I think at least for now we're going to try it this way. And we were going to change it up and have one of the stronger ones in back. Okay, so... yeah, whatever. We'll just do it that way. That's fine. Gilda already taken a good chunk of damage. She's probably not gonna handle things too well. So by doing this, I do get a bit of the Ember back. It's only 2 of the Ember, though, and maybe I'm happier to just play out the Void Armament. Well, I do want to play the Firelight. So I guess we'll do this and that. No, we'll do that. I take 1 damage, it's fine. Okay, you are in a somewhat uncomfortable position. I don't love the sweep dude, but we don't have to deal with the sweep dudes for that long. Like, they don't appear in many waves. Guess we'll just do it like that. I don't love how much damage I'm taking across the team here, but at least I'm not dying. we can do that, but then we can also Resonant Removal to get rid of all the Corruption and all the Sap, which is pretty good for us. And then I guess we just get these chumps back. Okay, so you'll die, and then the other guy will take the hit next turn. Okay. So Savagery's down. Entropy is about half health. Okay, as long as Gilda doesn't die, everything's okay. Dominion's on their way to death. We avoided taking a little bit of the pyre damage by blocking it with our little buddy here, which was nice. Okay, so let's give ourselves some sap. Let's cleanse the sap and the reanimate. Let's give you extra attack, and let's go from there. Okay, Dominion's almost dead. Entropy is down. Savagery's down. Have some Pyre Gel, my friend. I'll just speed this up a little bit. Gilda is actually dying this turn, but that's not a big deal. And it doesn't matter that there's a sweep dude here for a multitude of reasons. Not least of which being that you're dead now, and I don't have to worry about that. But also we can do things. Like, we can't fit Gilda back here because she's just too wide. But, you know, it's fine. Anyways, here we go. Yeah. I was definitely a bit worried on that, but getting the Titan upgrade really helped. And it was mostly not too bad of a run. But getting the scaling from that was a huge boon. Even then, my wave clear was kind of bad, because I just didn't have enough attacks. But we got there. And I kind of stopped giving them rage, but we still got them to 198, 192, 132. Like, they had a lot of extra attack power. Not to mention they're also applying Pyre Gel on Strike, which is pretty cute. Kind of pales in comparison to the amount of damage they were already doing, but still good. Anyways, that was Gilda, which means that we are now up to 3 of them complete. I still haven't made a tracking sheet yet. Whatever, we'll get that. I don't know why I need that on screen. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to update this. We have now done 3 of 20 and need to decide on our next champion to do. Okay. So we've done Fel, we've done Queen, we've done Gilda. The only major requirement is I don't want to dupe. I don't want to do any of the clans where we've already done one of the champions. So I don't want to do Talos, I don't want to do Prince, I don't want to do Phoenix. Other than that, I'm pretty open. If anyone has any preference on which one we do next, I kind of lean towards one of the Luna champions. Or maybe Bolette, but I'm pretty open to whatever. I just feel like I haven't played Luna much at all recently. And to be fair, that's because we were doing the all 180 crowns, and I somehow had finished most of the Luna ones pretty early, and so they just stopped showing up. I will say, I'm also sort of expecting Eka to be one of the more difficult ones. She might have an easy time. It really kind of depends on what we're offered and when. But let's do Ekka. Let's see how that goes. So Ekka. And I'm pretty confident that Ekka wants to be with Stygian. For a multitude of reasons. Stygian has some good units. The Incant plays well with what Ekka wants to do. There's some extra like damage spells in Stygian that work pretty well with it. They even have Permafrost on some things, which can also help with Silver Empress Ekka. The full moon one. So like there are a number of options. I'm pretty sure this is what we want. Unsurprisingly, it's almost like two spell casting clans going together. Should have been expected. Regardless, as far as Pyre, that's a great question. Aquath's is okay. Time Father, I want for Silver Empress, I think. The problem is we don't know when we're going to be offered Silver Empress, so I kind of just have to take a gamble. Bogworm's Growth is potentially okay, because, well, Luna does have some overstack spells. Namely, they've got Gravity and Hexcalation. Obviously, we don't know if we're going to be offered them at the right time, and we can't use them for more than one run each anyways. And the extra capacity certainly helps, especially with the Stygian units. It lets us draw more easily while still getting a bunch of units on the floor, which is quite good. Herzl's Horde obviously is good. Life Mothers is good. I think we want to save Life Mothers for either Moon Cycle or whatever the Incant one is called. I'm gonna take Echo the Time Father, and we'll see what happens. If Silver Empress is offered, we're gonna take it, both because I would like to use Time Father with that. And also, it's the path I think I'm most worried about. I really hate Titan's Gratitude. Also, I do need to clear out the tracker, but we'll do that in a moment. Titan Sentry is fine. It does work nicely with Phase Blessing. It's honestly not bad to see early, because it helps us with, wave clear. I meant to see which paths were offered. That said, what would Shattered Halo look like for us? And yes, I know there are some non-spell rares, but for the most part, that would be a weird, unbalanced set of options. I mean, it would be maybe okay. Because getting multiple dualities could work decently for us. Tidal turning is defense, but I've already also got Phase Blessing. Could also take Silver Ink for Phase Blessing. Fish for Ink or Die Pick. Yeah, I mean, it depends partly on which Ekka path we get. Ancient Synergy also can be pretty good for us. Guess for Guard is a maybe. I mean, it might be worth doing. It's kind of weird, though. And then there's Ancient Pyre Tap, which is just pretty good, too. I don't know what I want. I mean, Savagery. I really do kind of want to take Shattered Halo. I suspect it's the wrong choice, though. Okay, we'll just take Pyre Tap. And then what are we offered? Well, That's not what I was hoping to see. But we'll take Spellweaver, I guess. Minus Ember's fine, especially in a world where we have Ancient Fire Tap if we really need it. So... do I want to set up on top floor or not? I think the answer is yes. And I think I know roughly what we're going to do. Okay, so, yeah, we're just gonna buff and do that. There's a specific hand I'd really like to freeze. We'll see if that ends up happening. Okay, let's just buff and buff and buff. Putting armor on the Titan Sentry is going to do a lot of work for us. Okay. Yeah, this is not the hand that I want, but it's probably worth doing. Okay, so we're going to freeze that. As much as I hate Titan's Gratitude, it does have an important word on it, and that word is attuned. So, yeah. The fact that we have 18 Conduit is going to do a lot of work for us. I mean, he's already dead anyways, but we could have done way more damage. Alright, well, there we go. Not a bad start. Do I want Moon Pixie? Kind of. Silver Strike is also nice. Because it does hit twice occasionally. Also, I need to be paying attention to which moon phase top floors. I think naturally you get to the boss at new moon on top floor. I think that's what it is. But I always forget. Do I care about Bloody Moon? I kind of care about Bloody Moon. I'm not sure that I, like, really care about Bloody Moon. But the problem is I need spells that are better than this garbage. Titan's Gratitude I can sort of get value out of, thanks to Time Father specifically. The Phase Blessing is already very good for us. Titan Sentry is going to do a pretty good chunk of value for us, just by existing, especially if I start setting up on bottom floor. So I have time for the Frostbite to tick on enemies. Not sure exactly what I want. I don't think I need Bloody Moon, but it is cute. I'm just really trying to imagine how I'm going to budget across these runs. And like Silver Strike is good. Do I care about Moon Pixie? I know I'm like really analysis paralysis in here, but bear with me. I'm just gonna skip. The Flash Freeze is kind of cute. Energy Siphon. God, it's a card I skip on all the time. But maybe I want that. You know what? Let's take Energy Siphon, I guess. Merchant of Magic really appeals to me. I think we're probably going for Merchant of Steel, though. Especially because there's a Merchant of Magic right here. So, let's go here. Don't hate Smidge Stone. Don't hate the Conduit. I would happily take Lunar Priestess, but the problem is that we really badly want to save Lunar Priestess for one of the other two paths. We probably want it for Moon Cycle Echa, because it is like the ideal unit for her. But it's also good with Lunar Steward, Lunar Empress, whatever that one's called. I think this one's Celestial Steward, and the other one is Lunar Empress. Regardless, the full moon path. Having a single Lunar Priestess gives us reliable phase control for the entire fight, which is also quite useful. Nonetheless, the point is, as much as this would be a good pick for us, we're not taking it. The Nightingale, I could take for now. I'm not terribly excited about it. I'm just going to skip, even though that's probably wrong. Well, I really want... I think I want Titanite on you. And I did want Incant Armor, but I also really want Dualism. The question is, how much do I care? And I suspect the answer is not that much. Yeah, it's not that much. We'll just do this. I think that's good enough. Okay, we are definitely gonna set up on bottom floor for reasons. And then you fine folks will end up there. I somehow forgot that she just naturally starts with Conduit. But hey. I may as well do it this way. I only have enough Ember to play... I don't have enough Ember to play all of them anyway, so I may as well do it like that so our dude doesn't have to take any hits. Alright. You're not quite... No, we did wipe them all. I thought I wasn't doing quite enough, but I got his health low enough that it worked out. Probably don't need to be playing the shards, and... I mean, either way, this is fine. We stack up enough that he's super fucking dead. And now he's more super fucking dead. Turns out, Echa can do some good work, even in early game. I mean, it doesn't hurt that we have Stygian, which is a great pairing for her, but still. Starstruck is good. I think it's not what we want, though. Yeah, we're gonna not take Starstruck. And I know I skipped on a Bloody Moon earlier. Maybe I do want a Bloody Moon now. Fine, I will take a Bloody Moon. Probably should have taken the other one. I'm gonna skip on the Crypt Builder, I think. Maybe take a Maulus Mage. Could maybe use Cuddle Hex, even though it's a unit that I so barely care about. Don't think we need that. We'll skip. The Titan Sentry does shore up a lot of my weaknesses. But we'll see what happens. I don't hate taking the Shade Guard here, just as a bit of reliability. Again, we're not like the ideal deck for it by any means, but it does give me just a unit to stack up on top floor. to help catch stragglers and to help me with Relentless if I need it. I guess I'll take it. There's a good chance it doesn't really matter, but we don't know for sure. Okay, we're gonna do that, I guess. Okay. Well, I don't have enough for intrinsic and holdover, so I'm gonna do holdover, I guess. Really do want intrinsic, but we'll see what we need to do. Ooh. You don't say. Okay. Do I want an energy siphon? Sure, I'll do it, I guess. I don't know. Really wish I could have that, remove consume now, among other things. But we'll see what happens. So, you're there, you go there, my buddy, and you go there, I guess. Well, can't play the train steward anywhere, so that's just how it goes. God, you don't quite die, you bastard. I guess I'm gonna do this, even though you do die on Archeon's floor, which is concerning. But we are gonna get to a point where we're gonna stack a fair bit of power, or a fair bit of armor on you, I should say. And I guess we'll give you some spell weakness for the sake of it. Yeah, good work. Even though we did make him stronger. Yeah, I'll freeze that, I guess. It's not, like, ideal for me, but that's fine. Alright, you're gonna take some damage, but you can handle that. Okay, unfortunately we're gonna watch him die, which is not my favorite thing to hear, but needs, must, and all that. And we just stack more and more armor on you. Turns out, Phase Blessing is good, especially when you're generating a whole lot of conduit. Hey look, it's almost like we prepared for this exact moment. Ta-da! Yeah, we're... Even with all of his extra attack, not in danger. He's generating a little bit of frostbite. He's, you know, doing a lot of damage elsewhere. I don't think I care about Duskmantle. I'm gonna not take Stardust Invocation because we really... A, don't need it. B, really want to leave it as a... like, we want to leave phase options for the other two paths. Because they care about phasing. Even if it's a somewhat unreliable way to do that, because it's both a rare and consume, and also just kind of an awkward card, it's nonetheless not what we're going to take. It is kind of cute in that it is okay for incanting and that it creates an ephemeral copy of another card. But I think we'll get by without worrying about that. Ancient Synergy, on the other hand, is pretty appealing. And I think that's what we're taking. Not taking the Lunar kind of want one of the Sirens. Problem is I'd have to take Capacity or get like Steward's Quarters or get Smidgestone. I do have a Merchant of Steel coming up. Unless I want to go for the Merchant of Trinkets, and I don't really want to go for the Merchant of Trinkets. Fine. I will take you. And then we're going to take Draw, I think. I think Draw is just like too good for me right now. And I do have Ancient Pyre Tap, so I can sort of get away with things. We'll see how things go. God, but if I buy that, I can't afford to reroll. Okay. Don't want these. I mean, Zone of Silence is not bad for me in a number of ways. It gives me a little bit more time to... Like, if I put on bottom floor against Savagery, it lets me spend a little bit more time bulking up my strength. So I have a better time taking out, like, the Amalgams without taking damage. But we're gonna skip. Right, up to Conduit 2. God, the multi-strike is appealing, but the problem is that it doesn't matter if I can't put you on the same floor. Heck yeah. That said, I've got a couple other chances. Like, I can maybe hit Steward's Quarters here. Feels like a bit of a waste of Steward's Quarters, but that's fine. And I could go to the Merchant of Steel if I really wanted. I do really want to go to the Merchant of Magic, though. But there's a good chance. Yeah, it's whatever. I will just take this anyways. Okay, please lay down, cat. Really want that. Okay, so you're going there. You're going there, even though that means I don't have the Siren in a place that I care about. Well, so be it. Oh, that's a disappointing turn if I've ever seen one. Well, so be it. Sometimes things happen, and sometimes those things are disappointing and awful. Okay. I just wanted to get as much incanting done as I could. Would have also been nice to hurt you, but you're already taking a decent amount of damage anyways. Unfortunately, can't get you. Well, fuck me. Well, that sucks. But what are you gonna do about it? Alright, time to take some fire damage and sadly knock out the Collector. Really wanted the Collector. Oh well. Guess I will freeze those. Okay, Eka can get some armor, I guess, and then... Okay. I didn't actually check to see if he was dying up there. I kind of assumed he was, but it's good to know for sure that he is. Okay. So, this is where things get a little dodgy. Cat, you are making this uncomfortable. Oh. There we go. Took a little bit of damage to do that to myself, but that's fine. And I probably didn't need to do that since he would have had a chunk of frostbite on him anyways, and I do technically have units on other floors, namely the Shade Guard, who exists for this exact purpose. Okay. We definitely want to leave Lunacy for one of the others. Aurora Weaver doesn't really help us. Just a question of, do we want to take Moonbeam or not? And I think I'm going to not. It is good, but it's not what we're doing. Preserve is not bad, but we'll skip. Especially in a world where I don't have Echo of Time Father available. Cat, you are right back. Okay, let's go here and see if I can get something I care about. Yes. Echo Vault is also really cool. Though I don't think I terribly need Echo Vault. Well, goddamn. Yeah, we'll take the Offering Monument. It's very good for us. Yeah. Do I care about the Echo Vault? Kind of? I don't know if I need it for either of the others. Feels a little gratuitous here, but I kind of still want it. Fine, I'll take it. I can't make it deployable, but that's okay. I'm not taking these. I'm already going to have deployment Ember problems, kind of. I mean, I can always use Ancient Pyre Tap to just overcome them, but it's not my ideal situation. Either way, we should be pretty good shape now. We are going to play out the Siren rather than the Offering Monument, which is a bit sad, but so be it. In the ideal world, we just hit Smidgestone at the next shop, and then all of our problems are fixed. But if we don't hit Smidgestone, then we have to get more creative, and that's doable, but just not ideal. Okay, I'll just reduce the damage I'm taking. I don't need to maximize my incanting. I'm fairly strong at this point. I just can't be pissed that I wasn't getting the Collector for a moment, but then I forgot. We are actually getting it, because we have the Frostbite. So, you know, never mind. Not doing a good job of killing you, but that's a different story altogether, I guess. Well, let's do a little bit more damage to you, I guess. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna take some fire damage. It's not too bad, at least, but it's also not ideal. Okay, we'll just let that Echo Vault us another phase blessing. Don't hate it. Oh, goodbye, my health. Probably should have used more of my health with the Ancient Pyre Tap to try to stop that guy. Oh well, it's a thing. I mean, I don't really need to do any of this. Yes. Look at all that beautiful power. Anyways, we're in good shape, especially once I can get the Offering Monument on the floor. Everything looks a lot better. It's just, I really would prefer... Again, we're not taking things that phase. I already committed to not taking the Moonbeam. Ice Storm is quite good. Do I need Ice Storm at this point? I think I don't. I'm gonna skip. We'll leave that as another option. We're gonna go here. Although I would very much like the Merchant of Magic, but we're gonna go here. This is still good for us in a number of ways. Hopefully we hit Smidge Stone. There we go. You get Smidge Stone. You get Incant Armor. And you get Dualism. And then what do we do? I think it's a small gift box. I think it's a small gift box. And then we're gonna start removing some trash, which is to say we're getting rid of you and we're getting rid of you. And we'll leave it there for the moment because I do want to just essentially not be restrained on my spending at the Merchant of Magic. Either we are in very good shape now. Like, we can play whatever we need to play with Ancient Pyre Tap. Obviously, I'd like to not burn health if I can avoid it. But we can if we need to. I was like, something's wrong here. There we go. And my incanting is just dramatically better now that I'm going to have tons of draw. Since I now get extra draw every time I incant, which is real good for us. Nope, I am trying to play that out. There we go. Right. How goes the hot truck challenge? It goes okay, Tom. How you doing, friend? Alright, I'll just burn a little bit of HP there. I don't really need to, but that's fine. We got to a point where I'm killing these guys, so I'll let that happen. But yeah, we did Gilda. It led to some interesting runs, but was mostly pretty clean. We're now starting on Ekka, which I'm a little more worried about, but is so far looking pretty nice for us. I see you have your favorite damage and random discard spell. Yeah, that's a word for it. It's at least a lot less bad with Ekka, but it's bad. It will not ever make me less angry. I mean, I could have hit for a good chunk of damage there, but that's fine. I don't need to burn HP for that. How goes the general tomming of life? Or fishing, if you suppose, or prefer. So we can play that, and then we just keep building up armor, because there's no reason to put on our backliners, and we're not particularly in danger. Like, yeah, we got a little bit of corruption on this fight, but it does not matter compared to how much armor we're generating. And if I was willing to burn more HP, I could be doing so much more. But the Siren does a lot of damage. The 1,000 armor we've got is gonna do plenty of work for us. Yeah, I'll just leave that so the last one played is the Phase Blessing. Well, we may as well just do this. Ta-da! Alright, well, we'll just sit here and do some damage and let a little bit of Frostbite tick up. Goes okay, pretty busy. Release date for the next Pokemon, TCG says tomorrow, so I've been packing pre-orders. Makes sense. I'm sure that is quite an event. Gifts for Regard. Cat, you are really determined. Gifts for Regard is good, but not really what I want. Yeah, I don't need any of these. We are taking Ember, because the extra Ember certainly appreciated now. Although what would really be appreciated is reducing the cost of some things. Not as exciting as Spider-Man MTG, I'm sure. Yeah, fuck that. I'm so mad about it. I will never not be mad about it. Is that even out yet? I believe, yes. Honestly, didn't keep up to date on it. I think it, like, just came out. It's at least been previewed for, like, the last 2-3 months. Yeah, really hate it. Hate everything about it. And I even like Spider-Man as a character. Like, I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. Don't want it in Magic, though. Really just annoys me. I could do a holdover Bloody Moon now, honestly. What I want to do is I want to do, like, holdover Ancient Synergy. But you're a big cat. You were just too much. I think we're doing this. Just so that I can gain more Ember. I do really want the Ancient Synergy, though. Maybe I want it enough to do it, but... like, I can thin my deck out some and just make it more reliable. I mean, like, that, I guess I'm willing to do. And it's just a matter of whether I want to hold over the Bloody Moon or not. Fine, I'll do that, I guess. -2 and Spell Chain. Well, I guess I'm gonna Spell Chain for the Witch Weave. I kind of want to do the small gift box, but that's just overkill for me at this point. So we'll do that, and then we'll do that so it costs less. Welcome back, cat. Ye, who is determined to be annoying. Alright, let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. Not entirely sure I need to do that. Almost forgot to upgrade Ekka. Well, that's where we're at. Lay down, cat. Heaven Seal should probably be okay. I just wish that Magic would abandon... Also, I definitely had more Deployment Ember, and I could and should have just kept the Train Steward, so I could have played that out for free. But anyways, I just wish that Magic would abandon Universe Beyond nonsense. It just upsets me. And I have no interest in any of the upcoming Universe Beyond stuff. There's some people who try to defend it being like, oh, it's just like, they just need to pick the right things. Like, Final Fantasy was done well, and I'm looking forward to Avatar and all that. I just want none of it. Just don't want it. Okay, we're just going to incant as much as we can. Okay. Don't really need more than that. I will just leave that there. Although the Ancient Synergy is frozen, which means that I don't draw quite as much this turn as I want, which is kind of fine. Whoops. Okay, so we have enough this way. This is not an in-canned deck, this is an in-can deck. Fair enough. Honestly surprised I haven't heard that one before. I mean, you know, I've heard very similar things, but still. Somehow still caught me off guard. Yeah. I mean, we are not in danger at this point. And again, if I really need to, I can just start throwing Pyre HP at it to have dramatically better everything. Definitely did that wrong. Where I was supposed to use the Bloody Moon on that guy. Doesn't really matter. We can still play out the things we care about. I'm still killing everything. I am not in any way, shape, or form in danger of dying here. I know the jokes like that are comedy, just really like wordplays like that. I mean, they're cute. They're certainly fun. Okay, and then you're dead, and then I guess we'll just leave the Ancient Synergy for next turn. Like, Ethane is super dead here. Well, I guess the Ancient Synergy not really helpful. I mean, we'll just leave it. It's fine. It's just gonna take a while for Ethane to die. Because we lost the Nameless Siren to the spikes on the frontliner. Because I just didn't give armor with a phase blessing a single time like I meant to. Careful with the Ethane, she may make a dent in the 2k armor. Oh man. Okay, we do not need Coven Spike. It's not good for us. We are not taking Lunacy. We are not taking Moonbeam. Moonbeam would have been sort of good for us, but it's definitely better served elsewhere. And Lunacy, we very badly do not want to use up any of the phase spells. Don't need Unnamed Tome. I could take Urchin Spines. Honestly, don't give a damn about it. And Titan's Tooth is not well suited to us here. I don't think I need the Merchant of Arms. Technically, it's cute in that I can set up Echo Vault on turn, on deployment. I'm just going to go here, remove things, and dupe something. Okay. What even non-damage... I mean, I know what non-damage spells I have, and they're pretty good. We're not taking Volatile Gauge. Moonstone is awkward. I'm just not going to leave most spells in hand for that to matter. Really don't care about the Shade Guard. Yeah, most things in my deck don't matter. We're going to get rid of the Titan's Gratitudes, because now they're actively a downside for me. And then the question is, do I want, like, Ancient Synergy? And the answer is, yeah, I guess so. Here. Have some extra health so you die more slowly. Barely matters to me. But here we go. Okay. Now the question is, can I survive turn 1? And I suspect yes. Especially since I was pretty confident. There's a high likelihood that we drew that. And by high likelihood, I mean I think it's my only non-damage spell. So I was pretty sure we were guaranteed to draw a small gift box, which is an incredible pickup for us. Because it's actually multiple spells. You can have spell weakness, since they changed that so you can self-target with it. And then, since they're holdover, I should get them this turn as well. And I get extra draw from the Offering Monument. How exciting! Okay, we'll just go ahead and kill you. I lose a small bit of pyre health to do that. I did forget that it was going to cast again. That's fine. Alright. Sweepers are no problem for us. Yeah, I'm just not going to worry about the other phase blessing. I'll let this recast and just explode that guy, and then we get a little bit of damage in on Seraph. And now I get extra Ember from that, which is cute. Really need to pay better attention to what I'm leaving to be recast with the Echo Vault. It's mostly okay for it to recast the Phase Blessing, but it's just also not necessary. So play one of you, and then you get played out, you get played out, and then we'll let it recast that as well. For another just clean 1,000 damage. And here we go. Hand full, get rid of you, get rid of that, and that. Yeah, this is a little less good, but that's fine. Maybe. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have quite enough conduit to kill that guy cleanly. It's fine. We get there, and that's all that matters. And I just kind of cleave through all enemies who would dare stand against me. I still have enough to play out all of these, and so that's 1 dead enemy and 2 dead enemy, and then, you know, another 1,500 damage almost. This deck certainly turned out pretty nicely. Almost forgot to do the Bloody Moon there, which wouldn't have been the worst, but certainly not the best either. You know what, you're looking a little low on armor, Eka. Enjoy. That is definitely a situation where I should have let it dupe the Phase Blessing. I'll tell you right now, though, it doesn't really matter. If only we had Heavenfall, then you would not survive for long. Yeah, Heavenfall would have been cute. I don't mind leaving it for another of the runs, just because it wasn't really necessary here. And a lot of the success of Hat Trick is just doing it with as little as you can manage. Like, it definitely can lead to situations where I have drafted too little to actually succeed, but this is not an example of that. And so far, we haven't really struggled with Hat Trick at all. Like, Queen, we had some dodginess, and like Gilda had some things that could have fallen apart. But for the most part, it's been pretty clean. Silver Empress, Heavenfall Waiting Room. I mean, I'm really hoping that we get it with Silver Empress. Really hoping. Because if we don't, that would be a shame. It would be a huge boost to us if we did get it. But we'll see. We'll see what we're offered. He's so big. Okay. So... kind of want to do this on Dominion, but we'll do it right here because it casts again, and that's pretty good. Also, Dominion, I need to like get rid of the. I was gonna say I need to get rid of the spell shields first. Also, kind of forgot for a moment, I can just let the Pyrelight get duped, so I don't need to be too picky here. Because that's generally going to do more than me just doing the Ancient Synergy. At least in the Pyre Room. Just because I can't use my Conduit in the Pyre Room. Okay, so let's do that. I am burning some HP. Who cares? I got a lot of it. We're also buying ourselves a bit of time by him not dying. I could even use the Phase Blessing on the Shade Guard if I really wanted. It wouldn't be nearly as impressive without the, you know, Conduit, but so be. Oh, man. Alright, he's dead. I could also armor up my people if I really needed to. Nah, I don't need to. Okay, we have just enough that we can do all that, and still play the Firelight. Oh, man. Yeah, fuck him up. Unfortunately, this is that turn where I can't Bloody Moon anything. It's not that big a deal, but it does annoy me that I don't have anything to slay. Okay, I'm still a ways off from killing Savagery and Entropy. You know, a strong run when Witch Weave is upgraded? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you're most of the way dead. I don't really need to be duping the Pyrelight anymore. Okay, so let's do these first. Fortunately, you're blocking most of it with your stupid spell shields, but whatever. Still get a little bit of damage on Entropy, and that also freezes up for the Siren to attack, which is useful, don't get me wrong. Honestly, don't really need the phase blessings anymore, and I should probably start skipping on them in favor of doing other things. But, I don't know, here we are. Yeah, I'll just not play out the phase blessing. Unfortunately, this guy with this chunk of reanimate does stop me from hitting entropy. Feels bad, but whatever. My Siren's reasonably strong, but it doesn't matter if you can't hit anything. Oh, I should have done this in different order, because unfortunately, he blocks... Well, he doesn't block attacks when he's at low HP. He does block front cast spells. And so I should have saved the Witch Weaves to hit entropy. Could be phase blessing Dominion for confusion effect. Yeah, we're gonna not do that. Okay, I can just Bloody Moon him now, which is a better use of my time, kind of. Yeah, you're dead, so I don't need to play the Pyrelite. Oh, and I didn't realize you're the only one left alive, so... I was literally just looking at it, and I still didn't make the connection. But yeah, he died. And if that didn't kill him, we would have Echo Vaulted it, and then we still would have had the Siren attacking as well. There we go. That was a run. It was pretty good. Like, we got a lot of things lined up pretty nicely. If I hadn't gotten... I mean, there's a lot of things that could have made us a lot weaker. And it still took me a decent amount of time to kill the Titans. Yeah, you are so determined to be in the way. And I know why it is, but still. Okay, so we need the run summary. Okay, I do actually need to put you down now. Even though we just picked you up. Okay, and now I need to clear the tracker and refill it. Okay, so first, let's clear it out. Because I didn't do that before beginning this run, so here we go. Would be nice if I had a cleaner way to do this, but this is what we got. Okay, and so this was... Honestly, don't remember the name of this path. Cat. Anyways, I will figure out the name of that path in a moment. I think it's Celestial Steward. Because I know the other one is Silver Empress, and then there's whatever the Moon Cycle one is called. I don't know. We'll figure it out in a moment. I can't check the logbook from here, so we just have to deal with it. Regardless, so we had a Nameless Siren, which is a good unit. A little bit of a shame to lose, but fine. We had Offering Monument, which is solid, but it's a rare unit, so we're unlikely to see it. So not that big a deal. Titan Sentry, it's not too big a loss, but it was very nice for us early. Shade Guard, we basically wasted, and it's a bit of a shame to lose, but fine. And I think that's all the units, right? As far as spells go, we had Small Gift Box, which, again, a little bit of a loss just because it's such a good card, but it is an event card, so there's a great chance that we just don't end up seeing it anyways. Which we even Frozen Lance our starters. There's Bloody Moon and Ancient Synergy. I knew that was not spelled correctly. Synergy. There we go. I think those are all the spells. Oh, Phase Blessing, because that was inside the box. I knew something didn't seem right. Okay, I think now that's all the spells. As far as rooms, we use both Stewards, Quarters, and Echo Vault, both of which are pretty nice. Bit of a shame to lose, but fine. And we didn't use any equipment. So, I think that covers it. Oh, and what was the pyre that we used? We used Time Father, which is unfortunately too large. Fine, I guess we will move it so that it all fits on screen. Okay. There we go. And just double check. Is that actually the name of Ekka's path? Celestial Spell Weaver. That makes sense. Okay. So not Celestial Steward. In fact, it's even longer of a name. God, it just... Okay, we're just going to have to make the text a little smaller because that is just going too far off screen. Okay, that's just how it's going to have to be for now. Okay. So, that's where we're going to stop for now. It's Lunar Steward. I knew Steward was in one of them, and I couldn't think of what this path was called. I don't know why it's difficult for me to remember Gilda and Ekka's paths. Like, everyone else I am pretty solid on, but those two, I still, even now, have trouble remembering their path names. To be fair, it is a lot to keep track of between 20 champions and 3 paths each. But, we'll pick this up tomorrow with more Ekka. I am worried about Silver Empress. I'm not too worried about Lunar Steward. A lot of people make a big deal about Lunar Steward and Moon Cycle in general. There not being enough Moon Cycle support and, like, constantly requesting that Witch Weave put phase on it. But I don't think it needs that. You can get by with even pretty weak Moon Cycling and still get good value out of Lunar Steward. But Silver Empress, I do worry about. And I also just in general kind of worry about budgeting our cards between these two. At least Lunar Steward doesn't really need damage spells. We just need ways to cycle or units to buff. But Silver Empress, we definitely need like good damage spells, and we ideally need phase support. Getting something like Heavenfall, which can sweep other floors, can also mitigate that, but we'll see. Anyways, that's where we're at. We're stopping there for the night. That's just how life is. As always, thanks for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow. We will play more of the Hat Trick Challenge. I hope you're all enjoying it. I think it's a fun challenge. I know it does require me to do a lot of hemming and hawing and also just, frankly, re-explaining the challenge every time someone asks. But I think it's a fun challenge, and I am having fun doing it. So, thanks for hanging out. Have a nice night, everyone. I will see you tomorrow.